What happens if our seaports go on strike? The strike is set for October 1st, so you better share this with everyone. Because if our ports close, everything we depend on closes with it. Let's talk about what would happen within the month of October. On day one, international fuel shipments are the first to feel the impact. Crude oil tankers stuck offshore means no new fuel entering refineries. By the end of the day, concerns spread across industries as gas stations, trucking companies, and airlines brace for immediate shortages. Everything from fuel to imported goods is at risk, but fuel becomes the most critical loss. By day three, gas stations are starting to run dry and rationing begins. Prices surge as demand skyrockets. Without fuel, trucks can't deliver goods, and the first shortages show up in grocery stores. Businesses relying on imported oil, like refineries, scramble to maintain operations with whatever reserves they have left. The ripple effect starts to hit home. No fuel means no transportation, and without transportation, the flow of goods stops. Day 7, the energy crisis takes hold. Within the first week, the impact of fuel shortage deepens. Trucks, trains, and ships that move essential supplies across the country slow to a halt. Agriculture and manufacturing are crippled, unable to operate without fuel for machinery and transportation. Airlines begin canceling flights, and public transportation services are cut. Gas prices hit all-time highs as panic buying intensifies. By week 2, the power grid struggles and collapse looms. Power plants that rely on imported fuel start to struggle, and blackouts spread as they ration what's left. People begin hoarding fuel, and chaos erupts at the pumps. The stock market plummets as industries reliant on global supply chains begin to crumble. The economy falters, and unemployment skyrockets as factories close and businesses shutter. By week 4, total breakdown of society. By the end of the month, the energy crisis and fuel shortages bring society to its knees. Cities erupt into fuel riots, and law enforcement is overwhelmed. With no fuel, food distribution collapses, and starvation becomes a real threat. Communities are left to fend for themselves as fuel reserves dry up completely, leaving transportation, emergency services, and the economy in ruins. Without ports, crude oil can't get in. Without crude oil, fuel can't be made. Without fuel, everything grinds to a halt. When the fuel stops, America stops. And just so we're clear, this could all happen within the month of October. AP out.
Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing his word in the four winds of the earth. Shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. It's Brother Ariyah coming at you with another lesson here. And here we go. I just mentioned this in the last lesson that I did. And now you see there could potentially be a strike on the East Coast, because I made a mistake and said the West Coast. So I have to correct myself. But yeah, on the East Coast here, it potentially could be a strike. All right. And they're saying there's over $34 billion worth of merchandise that's coming this way that may not reach its destination because of this strike. And if that happens, then it's going to make a major impact on everything that we know and everything that we are used to. Okay, and I pray that this shit happens, man. I really do. And some of you watching this video say, yo, this dude is crazy. Okay, maybe I am. But I do hope that this comes to pass, because it'll just mean we're one step closer to getting the hell up out of here, man. All right? And that famine is prophecy. And if this does happen, and this strike goes on, you know, for a month, 2 months, 3 months, what have you, hey, it's going to be bad, man. It's going to impact a lot of things. Electricity, food, okay, water, you know, various things, man. Okay? It's going to affect a lot of things. All right? And then, you know, a lot of things will ensue because of it. So I'm going to bring out some scriptures, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. But this is definitely something to watch out for here, man. This looks like this might be the real deal. It may not. It may not happen, but Lord willing, it does. And this is 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter. I'm going to start here at 12. It says, I beseech thee, and show thy servant the end of thy tokens, whereof thou showedest me part the last night. So he answered and said unto me, stand upon thy feet, and hear a mighty sounding voice. And it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved. And therefore, when it speaketh, be not afraid, for the word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. And why? Because the speech of these things trembleth and is moved, for it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood up upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. Okay? And this is talking about Yahweh Shai here. Let's go to Revelation 1. And I'm going to start at 13. And it says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a great garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. This is the description, Salakia, the description of Yahweh Shai here. Okay, and it says, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Okay, we're gonna get this here in Revelation 14 and 2 real quick too. I'll just slide it over. Salakia, bear with me. Revelation 14 and 2. I'll start on 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion. The lamb speaks of who? Yahweh Shai. And with him 144,000, speaking of the elect, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. Okay, so let's go back here to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, and I'm read 18, and it says, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall all see together. And the children of a year shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly, this is my point here, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay? And this is what it's going to be like, 1 minute, the grocery stores and all that, what have you, the businesses that, carry food will be full one moment, and in the next moment is going to be found empty, man. Okay, and if this strike goes down, it's gonna hurt the country, man. Okay, it's gonna hurt the country, and that famine will definitely start to seep in. All right, and from famine, people will begin to, die of lack of bread. Okay, and of course during that time is going to be chaos, as we always go into, because we know that's coming. And then with that chaos, people are not going to be worried about burying bodies or anything like that. And what is that going to bring? When you got a whole bunch of dead bodies just laying around everywhere, that's going to bring pestilence and sicknesses and diseases. Okay? There's going to be a lot of death out here, man. Death is definitely going to be in the air. And it says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world, okay? Not speaking of the whole entire world, okay? But it's speaking of an age, okay? The age of Esau ruling will be over, okay? It'll be over. I believe in the Hebrew, the word is eon. No, or the Greek. No, I believe in the Greek, the word is eon, okay? Which is an age, all right? So that it's not speaking of the whole world, but the world as we know it now, the way it's being ran, the things that are going on, the wickedness that's polluting the earth, all of these things will come to an end, okay? Let me see here. I'm going to read 8 and 7. And it says, and he said unto me from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau, right? And it says, for Esau is the end of the world, okay? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, okay? So we're seeing Esau's kingdom crumbling before our faces day in and day out, okay? And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, okay? Speaking of us, man, the Israelites that's going to rule this world in righteousness, man, okay? Under Yahweh Shai and King David, okay? So Esau's world is almost ending, man. It's almost over for them, man. And this will be a beautiful blow to Babylon the Great if this does indeed happen on October 1st, okay? There will be no more mirth here in the land. It won't be any more happiness. Like Rakim said, man, nobody's smiling, man. That's how it's going to be out here real soon. And this is why we continuously do lessons on this, because we are warning you that this is indeed coming, man. All right? Let's get, let's get Lamentations 4:9. Let's get Lamentations 4:9, because that famine is definitely coming, man. If this happens, famine is right around the corner. Not even around the corner. It's gonna be right at the door. All right. This is Lamentations 4. I'll read 8 and 9. And it says, their visage is blacker than a coal, and they are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. And that's what is going to be going on out here, man. A lot of people's is not going to be able to eat, okay? You remember those old, I don't know how old everyone is. I'm 45. When we was younger, Esau would always put up commercials of, the Hamite African babies over there, and African people, real skinny. I don't know if any of you remember that. I'm pretty sure you do. If you around my age, okay? And Esau would do that and try to, raise money for them, and you already know that money was going over there. But yes, just like that, if you can envision that and picture that, okay? Their skin cleaveth to their bones, it is withered, it has become like a stick, okay? And that's it's going to be like that out here, man. All right, a lot of people are going to be walking stick, not even able to walk, too weak to walk, just laying around looking like human sticks, man. That's how skinny a lot of people is about to get for the lack of bread, man. And it says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field, man. Okay? And that's what's coming, bro. That's definitely what's coming. Now, I looked this up here, right? And it says when the human body goes without food, it goes into survival mode and uses its stored energy reserves to provide basic needs. This can lead to a number of physical and mental changes. Okay? The metabolism slows down. Okay? Your body temperature drops. Okay? Giving you a feeling of being, chilled, man. Okay? The cold flashes. Your heart rate increases. And heart failure can occur. It says muscles shrink and waste away, right? What does that mean? The body is eating itself, man. The muscles shrink and waste away. The skin loosens and turns pale, right? It says eyes sink in and glass over. Your eyes sink in. Your bones weaken. Your hair thins and it falls out. For women, menstruation, and females, okay, it stops or becomes irregular, all right? The mental changes, blood sugar. Your low blood sugar can cause confusion, irritability, and fatigue. Not even able to move. Your brain function is impaired, making it difficult to concentrate. Why? Because you're just thinking about getting something in your stomach. Emotions. People may experience depression, anxiety, and increased mood fluctuations, man. Okay? To the point where people are going to get to the point where it's just like, fuck it, we can't get no food. I'm going to kill me a human and I'm going to eat that. That's what that time is going to be like, man. It's going to be horrible. And it's going to be everywhere. Okay? And it goes into, diarrhea, okay, your kidney function, okay, your immune system is weakened. All right, you get bloating, stomach pain, vomiting, nausea, and constipation. Okay, all of these things occur when you have no food. And it sounds very painful, man. All right, and this is what happened here in Lamentations during the Neo-Babylonian Empire, okay? And there's been many famines throughout the Bible, man, okay? So what was done then is going to come on the earth now, man. And that's what it's showing us. That's what the Lord is showing us, man. If this strike indeed happens, there will be a famine, man. There will indeed be a famine, all right? Let me just get this last one. I'm not going to make this long at all. Matter of fact, I got a couple more for you. Let's get Ezekiel, the 7th chapter. Ezekiel 7, and I'll read 15 and 16. Let me see. I'll read 15 through 17. It says, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. Okay? Pestilence and famine. They're going to be running rampant out here. And he that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valley, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. Okay, and all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. Okay, so without that food, without water, because it's gonna affect the water supply as well, man. Without electricity, the water is gonna be once again polluted. Okay, it's not going, it's gonna become contaminated again if the electricity goes down. Okay, without any gas or anything like that, things that get real bad out here, man. Slovakia. Things that get real bad out here if there is no oil, no electricity, no water, of course, no food. This is what this can potentially bring here And this is something that no one has ever had to face before, ever. So the majority of these people are not going to be able to deal with this. They're not going to know what to do. People are so reliant on the comfortabilities of America, all right? They're not going to be able to sustain or survive, man. You know? This is something serious right here, man. If this does indeed go down, a lot of people are going to die, man. Let me get 2nd Ezra 16, and I'll just end it here. I didn't want to make it long at all. I'll read 22 through, let me see, through 28. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down." Right? So yeah, the dead shall be cast out as dung, right? Meaning that they're not going to get buried, man. And that's going to bring pestilence, okay? That's going to bring pestilence. And then no water, people are not going to be able to wash their asses. That's going to bring more sickness, okay? And it says, "And there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it," okay? That's how much death is going to be, man. No one's going to be able to, grow crops, collect crops, what have you. That's going to be over with. "And the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men." Okay? This is talking about great death right here, man. All right? And as I mentioned, and as we all mentioned, all the brothers that we mentioned collectively, we're now living in 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. We living in the beginning of these times right here, man. These are the times that we're in. These are the times that we are all about to face, man. It says, "So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice." Okay, that's how much people are going to die, man. Okay, that's how much people are going to die. And me, I can't stand people. I've always loved to be to myself. I ain't never been the one, not making it about me, but just saying I ain't never been one to, be in large crowds and all that, man. Like pretty much my whole life. All right, I ain't never been one to have many friends or nothing like that. I always kept to myself. Okay, because I always thought of a man that needed a lot of people around him as a weak person, man. So I never surrounded myself with many people. But in that day, people that are like me are going to desire to see another person, man, and to hear their voice. So even antisocial people they going to be in this spirit right here where they're like, damn, man, I could even go through that. Anyone could. If you're alone by yourself that long, just like the movie Castaway with that pedophile Tom Hanks. Have you ever seen that movie? Okay? He desired to see another man's face. He was on that island for, I don't know, maybe a year or something like that, 2 years. And he was talking to a volleyball, man. And it says, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. 10 left of a city, man. That's major death right there, man. You know how many people inhabit cities around America, man? And there's only going to be 10 left. Even though that's a number, okay? We don't know if that's the exact number a lot or not, but we do know, okay, a lot of people are going to die from this famine, from the civil wars, and of course, ultimately from these missiles that's coming over here, man. That's when the bulk of people here in Babylon the Great are going to face their judgment, man. All right? So yeah, this is something to look out for, man. For the brothers and sisters that's in the know, this is great news. This is awesome news. And we pray that this happens, okay? Because we collectively, we're tired of this place. We are tired of having to live here, man, having to be here, having to deal with a day-to-day life, if you want to call this life, man, because this ain't life and this is not living, man. So if you want this place to continue to stand and keep running, you're not in the right spirit, man. You're not in the right spirit at all. Okay? Because we living in hell. This is hell. We living in hell right now. So if you want to continue to live in a hellish condition, okay, then you're not in the right spirit, man. So I pray Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai makes this happen, man. Okay? Because I'm tired of seeing people comfortable. Okay? I'm tired of seeing people do nothing but wickedness all the time. I'm tired of seeing people envy themselves, okay, and be lovers of themselves. I'm tired of all of this bullshit that, I got to see every day. I'm tired of it, man. And if you in the right spirit, you tired of this shit too, man. Shalom.